Good evening, esteemed members of the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya. Good evening, our guest panelists and speakers for the day. Uh, Asanteni sana and karibu to our first webinar. Greetings of the year of our Lord 2021. Allow me and forgive me to tell you for saying this, Happy New Year, Happy 2021. It's a bright new year. We are hopeful that we shall be able to, the nation and the world should be able to settle and recover from COVID. And I welcome you to this evening's webinar. It's on MSME COVID-19 recovery and the resilience program. It's a partnership between Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, and it's going to be graced by KEPSA, of which we are a member. As an association, we are members of KEPSA. Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya is a member of KEPSA. I want to give us the next 5 minutes. We are currently 38 attendees. I want to give us the next 5 minutes, probably to get to 100. The next 5 minutes, or if we get to 100. Before then, we'll be able to. After that, we'll be able to officially begin our webinar. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly hold some little longer, so that we'll be able to begin with at least a good attendance, either 5 minutes or 100, whichever comes first. We shall officially begin, and that is 5 minutes. Asante. Once again, distinguished and esteemed members of the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, the senior respected members of PSK, our guest panelists for today's speakers. I welcome you to today's webinar. The webinar today is on MSME COVID-19 resilience and recovery program. MSME resilience and recovery programs from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. today. It is a partnership between Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya and KEPSA, of which PSK is a member body, So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's webinar. And before that, we have a few ground rules and announcements to make. First, we want to thank you for participating in this first session of the year. All the participants are muted during the entire course of this session. Please ask your questions via the Q&A tab at the bottom of your window. Questions shall be addressed by the presenters on the Q&A tab. For PSK members, if not already done so, please subscribe on the PPB portal. But for these, I will have a caution. The event for today is not yet fully on the PSK, is not on the PPB portal. We are waiting some clearance. So I hope by the end of the event, it shall be on the PPB portal. And CPD points will be awarded to paid up members. For KPA members, the attendance list will be shared with the officials for awarding of the CPD. This session is being recorded and will be made available on PSK's YouTube page. Our agenda for today is opening and welcoming remarks that is being done by PSK, and for that I will pass warm greetings first from the CEO of Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, Dr. Daniela Munene. She has passed her warm regards to all participants and panelists. She will sadly not be able to attend this meeting because she is in another meeting, but tomorrow we are having a webinar in matters CPD, and in that webinar she will be there. Also, receive a warm greetings from the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, that is Dr. Louis Mashobu. He is also in another meeting. In fact, they're sitting in a similar meeting with the president. So probably he has urged us to join in tomorrow's meeting because the president will be in tomorrow's meeting. Kindly ensure that you are able to join in tomorrow's meeting, which shall address matters CPD. Ladies and gentlemen, without further much ado, let me introduce Boniface. Boniface, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Bonambao.
Yes.
All right. Can I pick it up from here now?
You can pick it up from there, Boniface, and I stop sharing so as to allow you to share, Boniface.
Okay, thank you very much. Allow me just to put on my video so that our members and attendees can be able to put a face to the voice. Thank you very much, Bonambao, and the entire leadership of PSK for organizing for this forum. My name is Boniface Mutinda. I'm in charge of communications and digital at KEPSA. I'm so excited that we are able to meet and through these electronic means with all of you. And I know that today we are going to have a very interactive session. It's going to be helpful, and we're going to come out of this session more educated and having shared the opportunities that we have for you today. I'm going to do a brief introduction about KEPSA, and then I'm going to introduce my colleagues whom are backing me up in this meeting today. And then from there, we're going to move to the next part. As you know, that KEPSA is the apex body of the private sector in Kenya. And our core mandate is to drive economic development, improvement, and of course, to create an enabling business environment. And our core mandate is to create that advocacy platform where as business people, we can be able to meet and bring our voices together so that we can speak in one voice and be able to advocate for matters that will enable that business is going to thrive in our country and make sure that all the opportunities that we identify, we can be able to share them with our members. And therefore, without taking more time, I want to introduce my colleagues whom I'm going to give them an opportunity just to say a word. And I'm going to begin with Bwana Sakwa Masai. Bwana Masakwa, please say hi, introduce yourself to our great team.
Thank you, Boniface. Good evening, everyone. As Boniface had mentioned, my name is Sakwa Masai, and my role at KEPSA is an SME specialist. where I mostly work on advising and guiding SMEs towards investment, capacity building, and access to markets and finance. Thank you so much, and we look forward to interacting with you further. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bonasakwa. We are so much excited to have you today. Let me give this chance to Lucy Mitei. Lucy, please say hi to our guests and to our attendees and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Allow me not to put my image or video today. I'll do it next time. So my name is Lucy Mitei. I work with KEPSA as a gender specialist and mainly attached to this program. I mainly do or support issues to do with gender mainstreaming within the program. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Lucy. Lucy is our gender champion. We are so much excited and happy to have you, Lucy, today. I'm going also to have James introduce himself to us. James.
Hi, everyone. This is James Kuria. I'm the project officer.
James, I think we've lost you a bit. I don't know whether we can be able to hear you clearly. James, are you there? All right, all right. Thank you, James. I think we'll give you a chance because you're going to have the biggest time just to speak to us today, and you will have a good time also to introduce yourself and talk to us today. So, James, I know you're sorting out that internet issue, and then you're gonna be back in a big and better way. As I said earlier, we want to appreciate the leadership of PSK. Thank you so much to every one of you for giving us this opportunity to e-meet you together with your members. Thank you so much, Bonambao, for giving us this platform so that we can be able to share these opportunities that we have with your members. We really say thank you very much. From this point, I'll be giving this chance to James. I can see he has left the meeting. But before I just give this chance to James, let me say that as we do this presentation, if you have any question, you have any comment, you have any query, please understand that we're going to comment and respond to each one of them. So please feel free to send in your questions on the comment on the chat box, that is the Q&A, and we shall be glad to pick your question and to respond to each one of them. So let me just hand this over to Sakwa. If you can say a few words before I retrieve my presentation, now that James has been able to, I cannot be able to trace James. Sakwa, you want to say something before I retrieve my presentation?
Thank you very much, Boniface. As we wait for your presentation, courtesy of James disappearing, technology sometimes really disappoints us, and we apologize for that. Just an overview of the program is funded by MasterCard Foundation, and it's aimed at supporting SMEs, or basically the small businesses which form the bulk of the private sector, to recover from COVID-19 effects, mostly around unlocking financing and also capacity building. So this program has been running for some time now, and we are heading towards the final phase of implementation. And that's why we found this meeting very, very crucial. So currently we are targeting to give loans to businesses that are having women and youth as a majority people as shareholders or people run the business. So that's the long and short of the program. I don't want to spoil the juice for James or Boniface who have the presentation, but I would like to welcome them back and then proceed with the presentation. So James or Boniface, whoever is ready with the presentation, please feel free to do it as soon as possible in the interest of time.
Thank you so much, Sakwa. Thank you very much. I can see James is back. James, I'm here as your backup, just in case you get this technological rupture. And so I want to give this chance to you. James, take it away.
Thank you, Boniface. Sorry for that. I think at some point my internet has misbehaved. Okay, but we can proceed. I said my name is James Kuria. I'm the project officer in this project called MSME COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program. So I'm going to take you through in brief on about the project and the loan financing that we are offering at KEPSA. And feel free to ask questions as through the chat, then we can respond to them after the presentation. So at KEPSA, we partnered with MasterCard to try and support the micro, small, and medium enterprises through two ways. One is financing, short-term financing that we are offering to the businesses. And two, we are also supporting through capacity building of the businessmen so that they are able to run their businesses effectively. So this is a one-year project, this project that we have partnered with the MasterCard, and the goal of the project is to sustain businesses throughout this COVID period, where there was many businesses were affected due to the different government restrictions that were implemented. So for the loan financing product that we are offering, it is 0% interest rate and has no collateral attachment to it. The good thing is it does not have the processing fees. The minimum amount that you are giving is 100,000 and a maximum of 1.5 million, which is repayable within a period of 6 months. So as I said, it's a short-term loan, so it's payable within a period of 6 months. For you to qualify for this loan, one of the things we are looking is women and youth owned and led businesses. In this, to share more, is that we are looking at business being at least 50% owned by women or youth in terms of shareholding, or alternatively, businesses that are specifically targeting women and youth in their operations. The other important thing is a business that does not exceed 50 employees and the annual turnover does not exceed 5 million in a year. And for this one, we are looking at the year 2020. So in case your business may have surpassed 5 million in the previous years before the COVID. However, in the year of COVID, year 2020, it was below 5 million. You are eligible to apply. Again, the businesses experiencing operational challenges, I think now in this case, it could be the positive or the negative. The positive is where you may have a lot of demand you are not able to meet. And the negative is those ones now who have been affected by the restrictions. The business needs to be operational at least 6 months from the date of starting operations. And they also need to be KEPSA members. And this one we are looking in two ways. We have direct KEPSA membership and indirect through the business associations. So in this case, PSK is the business association. So all the members of PSK are eligible to apply for this opportunity. I tend to believe that we don't have members who are engaging in the businesses here because these are pharmaceutical organizations. So let me assume that. Then for the loan applicants that are applying for these documents, for this loan, they need the following documents which are required in soft copy. We need the business registration certificate for the business. We need the business license permit or permit where it is being used. Then the KRA PIN, that is also a mandatory. The ID copy, both sides. For the limited companies, the CR12 need to be provided. And then the bank and or M-Pesa statements. So those ones will help to show your financial performance. If you have audited accounts, the better again. And then lastly is the membership certificate to KEPSA Business Association. So in this case, we need an updated certificate from PSK. And for the members, don't give us the certificate for PSK to KEPSA, but yours to PSK. Then I would skip this so that as I go to the loan application, because currently we have shortened the process of applying for the loan. So for you to apply for the loan, we are sharing out this new link that we have here, here on top. So I think, let me go back. Okay, this link that you can see here on top is what we are sharing currently. So this link leads you to this page that you can see here, where you are able to register. First of all, to create an account, you put your first name, last name, email, and password. Once you have registered, a message is going to be sent to your email address. So you go to your email, and so to be able to confirm the email address, once you click on that message, which has a link, you'll be taken now to this portal again to log in. You put in your email address and your password, and you're able to log in. So once logged in, now you'll be able to access the major information, the other information, which is more of an addition of what we have shared of the eligibility. Maybe addition to that is that the loans, once you log in, are divided into two. We have the micro loan, which is 100, 500,000. This is for smaller businesses with a turnover. We're targeting business with a turnover of less than 500,000. And then the SME loan of 500 to 1.5 million, you are targeting businesses with a turnover of up to 5 million. So feel free to apply based on your need request. And in this one, again, we also request you have a budget. I think the biggest challenge we have found on this part of the loan application is most people don't have a budget. They're just putting in a figure. Then once their financials are reviewed, somebody is requesting 800,000, but they can only qualify for 100,000. So based on their bank statement, it tells you they just put a figure there rather than working it out based on their financial capability to handle to absorb the money and to be able to repay. So it's good to calculate based on as you do the request. Then you, once you on the see this is the welcome page. So you start the application. You can see the application button here. So once you click on this, it will give you the pages that you need to fill out. These are the number of pages that you need to fill out. You need to fill out the eligibility criteria. That's the page 1. The business details of your business. The documents I've said will be required mainly here. Then the business owner details, then the membership association. You see now this one is it comes, and we talked about the certificate for the PSK membership. Capacity building, this is highlighting the areas of capacity building that you require. Then we have impact on COVID. You explain to us how COVID has impacted on your business, either positively or negatively. Then loan application, you tell us how much money you need and what you want to do with it. And lastly, you put the attachments. All through where there is need of an attachment, you are attaching. But if you have extra attachments, for example, I'm noting some people have more than one attachment for the bank statement. So you can do the additional attachment here. And lastly, you go to declaration, where you agree to the terms and conditions, and then you submit. So once you submit your loan application, you're going to get an automatic mail message confirming that your loan application has been submitted. So if you don't receive that mail message, that confirms to you that loan application has not been submitted. So if you don't know how to do it, just give us a call so that we can support you to ensure it is submitted and you get that mail message to confirm the submission. Lastly, is the part on what we are doing capacity building. From the end of this month, on 29th, we'll be carrying out trainings and mentorship sessions. So under this project, so you are all welcome also to participate. These ones now don't necessarily require you to be a member. So you can invite even friends to attend these trainings. This training result from what I've just talked before. we have this part where we are picking the capacity building. And again, we have also carried out surveys on the different topics that are affecting the micro, small, and medium enterprises businesses. So the trainings that we are offering are actually a source from those information that have been picked. So they are generally supporting the businesses based on the needs that were identified during the survey. Yeah, so you are welcome to attend those sessions, mentorship sessions. I think last year we had one which I loved most, which was we did with the Bidco CEO, Vimal Shah. And out of that, he actually invited the small companies and gave his email that they need, he's willing to support them. Yeah, so which is a good way in supporting now, going beyond the meeting that we are doing to having the one-on-one support coming from some of the experienced CEOs in running businesses in Kenya. So that's all. Thank you. I think I can hand over now to Boniface.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, James. That was quite elaborate, brief and straight to the point. And I know we've been able to follow. I'm happy that we are 137 of us right now, and the number is still increasing. That means that people are still joining in, and we are going to get questions just to respond to many people asking about this program. So at this point, I want to give this chance to Bonasakwa Masai just to take a few questions from the chat box, and then just see how many can respond before we open up to any other person who has a question that they want to maybe ask live. So Bonasakwa, if you can take some questions from the chat box, please proceed.
Thank you, Boniface. So far, I'm not seeing any questions from the chat box. Unless, feel free guys to type into the chat box that I can start responding. But just to pick up from what James and Boniface have mentioned is that the deadline for the application is on 31st of this month, which is quite close. So we are willing to assist as much as we can. Initially, we didn't have a help desk at the KEPSA office, but now we have a KEPSA help desk that is operating every day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Once you feel you qualify and you've begun the application, maybe you're having a challenge or you are just near the office and you feel you can drop by for the application, we are more than willing to support you in that particular process. So Boniface, there's no question unless interest rate. Oh, Albert Mudengi has asked, he missed out on the interest rate. The loan is interest free and it is collateral free. There's nothing you have to guarantee against for the loan. And it's also meant to be interest free. So whatever you take is what you pay. And also there is no processing fee as what happens in the SACCOs and the banks. This is a question we get every time, and maybe I'll just go through the normal or the FQAs where people normally ask in terms of the such sessions is around the issue of the interest rate, which is not there. Also, there is no collateral. In terms of payment, it's paid within 6 months because this is a short-term program. So guys ask why not longer than 6 months, because it is a short-term program through our grant, our grant and the funder. We can't extend. However, with time, we might find ways of how we can support or maybe just look at it differently. So I'm seeing 2 hands raised. Felix, if you are free, you can ask the question. Felix and then Eric Njenga. Please feel free to proceed with the question. I'm assuming because your hands were raised, you had a question. If not, you can just type in the panel, in the chat box.
Probably for those hands that are raised, kindly type your question on the chat box or the Q&A, where it should be a bit big task having to allow all to be able to speak. Kindly type the question on the Q&A or the chat box.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So type them. So also because we are recording the meeting, it's easy for us to just go back and forth and get the questions. Frida, you are saying that it's a bit quite a short time in terms of the repayment period. I'll go back to a comment that was made by James in terms of the ability that one can pay and the amount you're taking. We normally advise, or even if it's not us, because this is a joint program with the grassroots fund and also for G Capital are issuing out the money, you'll be advised to take what is within your limit. It's the same way you can go to a bank and you're told you can't take a loan to a particular amount is what we do. So the funders or the financial advisory team will give you an amount that is equivalent to what you can pay. That is why they ask for the statements, and even they further probe to get the management accounts from your business. We could have wished to extend the period in terms of payment, which is what we've done. We tried to plead with our funders. However, due to the nature of the program, because it began last year, it actually supposed to be already done in terms of implementation of the monies. We've asked for this particular week to just allow people to come on board. So we could have extended the 6 months, but it's not possible at this particular point, unless otherwise, maybe in February when we review this particular program, which is not a guarantee. I'll welcome more questions on the panel, please. Feel free to type.
Thank you so much, Sakwa. Even as you wait for more questions to be able to respond to this, I must say that this is a, if you agree with me, Bonambao, this is our second session with PSK. We did one last year. It was very successful, well attended, and we were able to respond to many questions. And I know that is the reason why we might not have as many questions today. And we are happy that the message is home. And just to mention that this program so far, we've been able to disburse as much as close to 20 million shillings and over 40 businesses, you know, SMEs, startups, and so forth. They've been able to benefit from this fund. So we have a success story behind this. Many businesses have benefited and many others are still benefiting because we want to be able to disburse as much as we can before the deadline, which is 31st of January this year, which is in the next 1 week or so. So basically we are calling out, this is like the final call, that every young person, every woman who is in business who meets and qualifies according to the eligibility criteria, please feel free to apply for these funds and boost your business. So yeah, this is the second webinar that we're having with PSK, and that's the reason why we might not have as many questions. But nevertheless, please feel free to type any question and we'll be able to respond to all the questions.
Boniface.
Yes, Lucy, proceed.
Now that maybe some questions are coming, I just wanted to clarify with regards to ensuring that, for example, you are so many on that to 50-50 share in terms of women and men owned shares or something of that sort. So it has to be 50 because you're also looking at ensuring that women benefiting from this particular fund, because you realize that in most cases, women would be the ones that cannot easily access loans in banks due to issues to do with collateral, which most of them would not have. So the idea is to ensure that if, for example, it's a limited company that has 2 or 3 founders or 4, just ensure that it's a 50-50 kind of share.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much, Lucy, for that helping in. Yes, if 50% ownership or leadership of the business is women or are young people, they can be able to proceed and apply for these loans and they'll be able to benefit. And of course, like Bonambao, I know you've mentioned that you have to be a member of PSK to be able to access these funds. Maybe you can delve deeper on the issue of membership from your side.
Okay, thank you. From our side, PSK membership, all that we do is ensure that we confirm you in due time. We ensure that we confirm you in due time to ensure that KEPSA is able to get the approval from PSK. I'm always seated on my desk and I'm always having my laptop with me to ensure that I approve you. If your membership is up to date, I approve you for that, for those loans. We have seen quite a number who were able to get to go through because the approval came in fast. For PSK members, we ensure that we do that quite quick and fast. There's a question from Peter Ngodo. Kindly give contacts for more details for those of us who joined in late. James, Boniface, are you able to?
Thank you, Bonambao. Yes, we are going to give our contacts. I think it's important for us just to type them in the chat box, yes, so that anybody who wants them can be able to pick them from there. So allow me just to pick our contacts, and then we have our phone number, we have the email. You can be able to call us, of course, over the working hours, and we shall be able to assist you. Like what my colleague Sako Masai mentioned is that right now, we have a help desk that we have set up in our offices just to help all our applicants be able to do this application successfully. And this can be virtual help or even physical. So you can drop by our offices. We shall keep social distancing and we shall ensure that we assist you to do your application. If you're far off from Nairobi, we can do a virtual call. We can call you and guide you step by step until you make your application. I think that would be very important to mention at this point. I think just before we take any further questions, allow me to share my screen. I'm going to play a video just for one of our beneficiaries who was able to benefit from these funds, and maybe we can be able to hear their story as well. So I'm gonna share my screen if you allow me, Bona Mbao, and then we're gonna just play a video.
Yes, you can share your screen. You can share your screen.
The COVID-19 pandemic came, affecting many businesses in Kenya. The COVID-19 pandemic came, affecting many businesses in Kenya. Today, I'm not sure that, can you guys hear the sound? I'm not sure that you can hear me. Can you hear the sound?
We can hear the sound, but it gets to a point and cuts off. Hello, Boniface, are you with us?
Sorry, I think I'm having a challenge from my end. Bonambao, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Jayesh. He's saying sound, yes, but no video or visual. Let me try that again, and then I'll share again.
Hello, Boniface, we cannot hear the video and neither is it playing.
Let me just confirm. Can you guys see the video now?
Yes, we can. But that's a still image is being seen at the moment.
Bonambao, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here with you.
I think I must have lost you or something. Okay. Sakwa, can you hear me?
Yeah, Boniface, we can get you, but I think there's a challenge with your network.
Can I play one from my end?
Yeah, please do, James, because it seems there's a technical error on Boniface's side.
Okay.
Boniface, Sakwa, James, we're not able to view it from our
here,
end.
but my technical people, James and Boniface,
Okay,
are you able
James
to play?
is
I see it's on now. Okay, thank you.
Okay, is it okay? Thank you, Sakwa. Is it on now?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Hello and welcome. My name is Bonnie Tinda from Kenya Private Sector Alliance, KEPSA. Today, I'm here to tell you more about the MSME COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program. We are giving out interest-free and non-collateral loans. I have one business lady who is going to tell us more about this program and how she benefited from this very program.
I'm the CEO and founder of Bismart. Bismart is an insurance aggregator that enables customers to get the right insurance from the multiple insurance companies that offer insurance. I'm also the author of the book, Sell Me This Pen. This is a book about selling and entrepreneurship.
How has COVID-19 this season affected your business?
Because now people are embracing more technology, we launched a technology product for insurance agents and brokers so that then they can be able to reach their customers online. A friend of mine called me, like, have you seen this thing about KEPSA? I said, okay, let me see, I'll apply.
We are not asking for your title deed, you're not asking for your logbook. There are no securities attached to this particular loan, and this loan is interest-free. It has no processing fee. So once you apply, you are able to fill that online process that is required. There you go, you have it, your money. The beauty is when you apply for this loan, you have to be a member of KEPSA. And there are two ways in which you can be able to be a member of KEPSA. One, you can be a member of KEPSA directly or indirectly through a member association. Being a member of KEPSA, of course, directly, you can go to our website, www.kepsa.or.ke. Details are there. Or you can actually join an association which is a member of KEPSA, and we shall ultimately consider you. After you finish paying your first loan, you can reapply again.
Oh, really?
So Eunice, once you finish paying for your loan this month, you can now apply again. We give you funds and you continue, because the essence of this money is to help every business, every SME in Kenya to be able to navigate through this pandemic season. Once you log into smekepsa.or.ke, once you log into that portal, you need first to create your account. You need to enter your details and create your account. Once you've created an account, the second step, which is most important, is to register your business, which you're calling the MSME here. Once you've registered your business, the next step, which is most important, is now be able to explore the opportunities that are available in this portal. We are looking at businesses that are owned or led by women and youth. So please register, joining, and begin to explore and be able to benefit from these opportunities.
I believe that this is what entrepreneurs, especially the young people and the women who don't have collateral, have been waiting for.
If you are a woman or a young person in business, please, this is for you. Do not close down your business this season. Join into the train.
Asante for the video. Boniface, thank you very much for that great video. So probably I have a question I will ask. A member has just inboxed me a question and is asking, so Mbao, what happens, probably a member, for a member who probably is a pharmacist, having a business that is non-pharma, probably is running a business that is not a pharmacist, that is not a pharmacy business. What do they, how do they, are they allowed to take a loan on that with their PSK membership? So probably for the male, for the men, probably somebody like Jayesh, who's not a youth, who's not a woman, probably he's asking, is he allowed, Dr. Jayesh, is he allowed to take a loan for another business, and probably when he's partnered with the youth?
Thank you, Mr. Mbao. That one, now we can only handle it on a case basis, okay, because he needs to justify how that partnership is, okay, for us to see how the youths are benefiting.
Okay. So
yeah.
The other, okay, perfectly well in order.
Okay.
Asante. Boniface, are we done from your end?
Thank you so much, Bonambao.
I have something to add.
I got lost at some point. Sorry. Yes, James, proceed.
Within the meeting, I've just scanned through the beneficiaries who have got, who have already received the money and started to utilize. And I can confirm, I've seen one member I can identify from who is a member of PSK among the early applicants after we did the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asante for that. Boniface, you're done from your end?
Thank you. I think we're done from our end. Thank you so much, Bonambao. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you even for giving us this platform just to reach to your members. And like I mentioned, we're gonna share our contacts right now on the chat box. And then if you want any further guidance or any more information about this program, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll be more than glad to assist you. So we really say thank you, Mbao, and we appreciate for this opportunity. Over to you.
Asante sana to our presenters for today. It was quite brief and quite elaborate. So hope my members from PSK have been able to get something, even if it's not all, they've been able to understand, and they've been able to, probably those in business have been able to get a few tips of how probably what on a January Komoto, and probably how to also recover well from the effects of COVID. So my members, without further much ado, senior respected members of the Pharmaceutical Society, asante sana Dr. Jayesh for your great contribution, and probably for using you name as an example. Seniors in the profession, colleagues in the pharma industry, and our panelists for today, thank you very much for holding tight for the last 45 minutes, going through that small presentation from KEPSA. First of all, I would like to thank you and say asante sana for joining us. Second of all, that I'm informed that the webinar for tonight is still not yet on the PPB portal, but we are working towards that. I will assure you that we're working towards that. So for anybody who has attended today's webinar, kindly ensure that once it's on the PPB portal, I will alert you via our main communication models. I will alert you and tell you that this webinar has been uploaded on the PPB portal. After that, kindly ensure that you go subscribe. After you subscribe, we'll award you the points. The meeting probably maybe on the PPB portal, probably from tomorrow to Monday, it's going to be uploaded on the PPB portal. So kindly purpose to ensure that you subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe to the event on the PPB portal from tomorrow. So the other thing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to request you is tomorrow we're having a webinar on CPD induction. A lot of members probably missed out. On their points, some points last year due to probably not being able to subscribe, and so for that reason, I will be able to We are going to have a webinar tomorrow. It's going to be addressed by Dr. Eric Muringu. He's going to be the presenter, and Dr. Lily Bett, who is the CPD coordinator, head of CPD at the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. They're going to lead that action. And also in attendance will be Dr. Louis Mashogu, the president. Dr. Daniela Munene will be in attendance. And also to grace us tomorrow is Dr. Wilfred Ochieng, the head of practice, is going to join our webinar tomorrow. So ensure that you attend the webinar tomorrow. It's from 2 p.m. I totally insist on your attendance for this webinar tomorrow. It's from 2 p.m. Kindly purpose to attend. Dr. Eric Muringu has assured me that the events will be running tomorrow. Will be running from tonight evening. So ensure that once you see it on the portal, ensure that you subscribe. We shall be awarded. You shall be sent the token by close of day tomorrow. So ladies and gentlemen, without further much ado, Waswahili wanasema kwamba lilo na mwanzo lazima liwe na mwisho. Mimi nataka kuwaaga na kuwatakia jioni njema, na waomba tupatane kesho saa 8 mchana ili tuweze kuwasiliana nasi zaidi katika huo mkutano wa CPDs. Ladies and gentlemen, nawaaga kwa heri, usiku mwema. Alamsiki.